On this episode of Torres Journeys, it's our last week in Istanbul. We spend time next to the Bosphorus, take a walk through Istanbul's art neighborhood before going to Galata Tower. We also share with you the empty streets of Istanbul as the weekend lockdowns continue. All on this episode of Torres Journeys. We're down here by the palace, but you can see they have big checkpoints everywhere. Not a lot of traffic, and the police around Taksim Square is big time. You have to excuse my shakiness sometimes. According to the police, it's not something they want you to do. But up here, you may not be able to hear it, but there is a helicopter right there. And the helicopter's been flying around for now probably about 3 hours. And will just fly around, circle around, and just stay. And I don't know what they are positioning to do. But again, having these police checkpoints is normal. In our travels, we came along several of them. They will pull you over, they will check your ID, they sometimes will ask for a driver's license, and like here comes this car, so they will run out to get it, and you'll have to explain why you are on the road. They even check the taxis, so it's not uncommon for them to see who's in the car. Buses are running. That one has nobody on it. So the city is trying to stay awake as best as it can, and actually leaving our immediate neighborhood today, they actually had, they don't have just one or two police together. They always have swarms of them, and they're all dressed differently. Some are like, anyways. But they were checking everybody leaving the neighborhood, where you were going, your ID, everything. They have a lot of undercover, and they have ones with vests, and so definitely a wide variety of enforcement out. So now if you're at Taksim Square, you can take the funicular down, and you'll come out right here. And then to my right, you'll see the mosque, and about 150 meters is the castle. So you can easily access it using the funicular from Taksim Square. Well, we came here to another restaurant that Anthony Bourdain had breakfast at, called Kale Cafe and Restaurant. It overlooks the water with the bridge, but unfortunately, because of the situation, it's closed. So we're kind of just going to hang out here for a while by the water and the sunshine, our last day in Istanbul. Well, we've just been walking around. You can see there's just not a lot going on. There are tourists out, and you can kind of tell everyone's just kind of looking what to really do. They are going to the museums, they are going places, but you can definitely sense that there is just a little quietness going on. We are just going to go to the ferry, maybe see if we can take a ferry, or just kind of check out what we can do on our last day. One of our favorite little shops to go to is Migros. Once we're back at this bus stop, we are now going to walk to Galata Towers. Up, up, up and away.
Yeah.
Oh, stairs. This is an up-and-coming neighborhood tucked between two other districts that's famous for its antique stores. This quirky neighborhood is fun to explore with its windy streets that lead one to another, stairs and small hills, and an antique shop on every other corner. So this is the ticket office to go up the tower. The tickets are 30 right now. Are they 30 right now? This is looking back towards Taksim Square.
See the boats moving?
Yeah, it's there. Look at that. So now we will go up from the 7th floor to the tower. We can walk outdoors. All right, look at all of these. That's the famous avenue. They go and they take pictures looking back at the tower. Further down is where they watch the sunset. Go that way. Of course, here you have the European side that goes over across to the Asian continent. Earlier we were over there and we walked and zigzagged all the way through here. Walk through here, walk through here, walk down there, ended up here. That's those islands way out there that they take the boats to. This is where all of the big ships come in, go all the way up to the Black Sea. After viewing the Galata Tower, Julie and I started walking back to our hotel to take it easy until our flight this evening. If you've ever been to Istanbul and went on Independent Avenue, you have seen it packed full of people. Today, full of police and a few tourists. We have no idea why it's closed today at all. But they say it'll be open tomorrow. This is a Saturday afternoon, about 3:30. Every entrance to Taksim Square and the Boulevard are barricaded, and several police officers standing around, sitting around. But by now, you would think it's kind of eerie.
Yeah.
Traveling for a year and 4 months now in COVID season. It's kind of what we expect.
Yeah, we're gonna get used to it.
Yeah.
When there are more than 10 people, we feel claustrophobic now.
Yeah. So you can see here, they just have all of them barricaded off. Barricaded off. This is the new Nike building going in.
Some of the stuff, we still have enough and we're ready.
We have a new bag, but it's actually for the duffel bag because it has wheels. Oh, okay. Airport time. 6 o'clock and we're on the bus and we are headed to the airport. So Julie and I are at the airport. We weighed our bags. These weigh about 11 each. That's just at 20. And this one's at 24, almost 25. We stopped off at McDonald's real quick to get an iced mocha. And Julie is getting a latte. So at the airport, they want you to make sure you have your masks up, make sure you maintain social distancing, and all these other nonsensical things. Did you try it yet?
No, not yet.
You don't want to sit on the floor with me?
I have white pants, so I'll squat.
Can we squatter? China squat?
It's good. I don't need sugar in it.
Nice. So we have about another 40 minutes or so before they'll allow us to check in. Our flight's at just after midnight, but we made it to the airport, no major things, and here we are. So I'll stop rambling. So you would think Julie and I have not seen McDonald's in like ages. Both got large fries, big Coke. You know, anymore I'm not scared so much of missing my flights because I've learned to take evening flights. But where I'm actually always anxious, I'm no longer anxious security either. I'm actually anxious if they're always going to charge or catch us on baggage excess fees. And today, yeah, we're always right there or close, but the lady today we're 5 kilograms over. And she's like, just take some stuff out. And if you kind of like play with it long enough, she's just like, okay, it's fine. And it was 2 kilos over and she let it go. But now we have a couple extra things to carry. But they don't check our carry-on baggage. We've actually had them do that before with other flights and other airlines. So we're gonna enjoy our McDonald's French fries and wait for our flight. And just have fun at the airport for now. Well, we are at the gate waiting for our bus to take us to our plane. Yes. What's that? Probably.
Every 3 minutes, thanks to the mix of fresh air supplied from outside and the HEPA filters on board all our aircraft that are efficient to filter viruses. We also give...
Good morning. We are landing
enjoying our time here in Istanbul.
So we say goodbye and make sure to subscribe and like our channel and follow us on our next adventure. We finally make Egypt, arriving around 3 in the morning. We make it to our hotel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and continue following us at Torres Journeys.